Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Newshour, India's voice to the world. I'm Tanvi Tareja. Coming up in the next hour. India-France ties set for new heights as Prime Minister Modi and President Macron to hold bilateral talks in Mumbai later today. Prime Minister Modi expresses hope, says the meeting will contribute to global progress. Bharat Gen sovereign AI models get launched on day 2 of the India AI Impact Summit in New Delhi. Several Indian ministers highlight the role of AI in education, agriculture, health, defense and IT at the Global AI Summit. Tarique Rahman set to take charge as Bangladesh's Prime Minister later today as new members of his cabinet take oath of office in Parliament this morning. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla represents India at the ceremony. US and Iran hold high-stakes nuclear talks in Geneva. President Trump indicates that Tehran may be willing to make a deal. So up first, news of the India AI Impact Summit in New Delhi. Well, the Global AI Summit enters its second day today. In the next 1 hour, we'll get you all that is making news at the Bharat Mandapam. So the second day of the India AI Impact Summit is underway in New Delhi today with a focus on inclusive AI growth. A series of high-level panel discussions are being held focused on harnessing artificial intelligence for inclusive and transformative growth. These sessions include AI for social good, impact that works, scaling impact from India's sovereign AI and data, and innovation to impact AI as a public health game changer. Several Indian ministers on their part are highlighting the role of AI in agriculture, health, defense, IT and education at this Global AI Summit. In this series, Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan today attended the session on pushing the frontier of AI in India at Bharat Mandapam. The session highlights India's transition from policy vision to implementation at scale, leveraging public digital infrastructure, centers of excellence, teacher training programs, curriculum integration, and deep collaboration with industry and startups. The event marks another significant milestone in the ministry's continued efforts to leverage the transformative potential of artificial intelligence in education. Addressing this session, Dharmendra Pradhan said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi organized the AI Impact Summit to encourage India's new generation, and they are very well participating in it.
In education और education in AI दोनों परिपूरक है. AI के माध्यम से एजुकेट होना और AI के बारे में खुद को एजुकेट करना हम सभी के लिए एक नई दुनिया बन चुकी है. इसीलिए हम भारत में प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने AI इम्पैक्ट समिट का आयोजन किया. मित्रों, भारत 21वीं सदी में एक नॉलेज बेस्ड सोसाइटी की ओर बढ़ रहा है, ज्ञान आधारित समाज की ओर बढ़ रहा है और हमारी इकोनॉमी जो आज दुनिया की 4th लार्जेस्ट इकोनॉमी बने हैं, आने वाले दिनों में हम और बड़ा साइज की इकोनॉमी बनने वाले हैं.
India's Minister for Agriculture and Farmers Welfare and Rural Development, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, is on a visit to Rajasthan on Tuesday. He launched the new digital companion Bharat Vistar in Jaipur for farmers across the country. Lakhs of farmers across the country virtually participated in the launch program through the networks of state agriculture ministers, the Indian Council of Agricultural Research, ICAR, Krishi Vigyan Kendras, agricultural universities and other agricultural institutions. Addressing the event, Shivraj Singh said that under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, a great campaign of Kisan Kalyan, farmers' welfare, is going on.
मंत्री श्रीमान नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में किसान कल्याण का महायज्ञ चल रहा है. हमारा लक्ष्य है उत्पादन बढ़ाना. उसके लिए नई नई किस्में आईसीआर फसलों की तैयार कर रहा है. उत्पादन की लागत घटाना, मैकेनाइजेशन और तकनीकी का इस्तेमाल करके कम लागत में उत्पादन कैसे हो ताकि प्रॉफिट बढ़े, उसका प्रयास, किसान को उसके उत्पादन का दाम देना, और इसलिए एमएसपी पर रिकॉर्ड खरीदी की हमने कोशिश की है। मौसम की मार अगर फसल को बर्बाद कर दे तो नुकसान की भरपाई प्रधानमंत्री फसल बीमा योजना जैसी योजनाओं के माध्यम से करते हैं।
Developed under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's guidance, Bharat Vistar will be available 24 hours, acting as a digital agriculture expert. Bharat Vistar will deliver reliable information to farmers by connecting them with various government and scientific sources. Farmers will be able to view information related to weather updates, market prices, pest and soil information, crop advice, and advice about government schemes. Bharat Vistar is a voice-first AI system allowing farmers to access vital information via phone calls. A dedicated helpline number 155261 is available for voice interaction. This AI platform will provide information via calls, chatbots, and a mobile app. AI assistant called Bharati can converse with farmers, answer questions in simple language to them. Information and Broadcasting Minister Ashwini Vaishnav inaugurated the MIB Pavilion at the India AI Impact Summit 2026 on Tuesday. The Ministry of Information and Broadcasting MIB Pavilion at India AI Impact Summit 2026 features panels, masterclasses, technology, showcasing AI's transformative impact on media and entertainment sector. This includes AI-driven production workflows, multilingual voice technologies, gaming, content monetization, and responsible AI frameworks. Addressing a press conference, the minister hailed the ongoing summit and said that India, in the coming 2 years, will be seeing more than $200 billion investment across the 5 layers of the AI stack.
We can see the enthusiasm, it's palpable. We can see the interest of the global leaders, that's visible. We can see the investment opportunity that is today countable. It's going to be probably over the next 2 years, more than $200 billion worth investment is likely to come. We can see the commitment of VCs in our deep tech startups. That's clearly committed. We can see that interest in making AI accountable to the society, making sure that we can get the benefits of the new technology while we can contain the harms which might come from it.
At the 4th Global AI Summit, Union Minister Jitendra Singh underscored the transformative power of artificial intelligence in strengthening grassroots governance across India. In an exclusive conversation with DD India, the minister said that India's leadership in hosting the summit reflects the country's growing stature as a global technology powerhouse. He also credited the country's rapid strides in AI and digital innovation to the visionary leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, stating that policy clarity, political will, and a strong reform agenda have accelerated India's technological transformation. DD India's Tapas Bhattacharya brings us this exclusive interview.
Artificial intelligence is going to be an important component of our working, whatever we are here, whatever we are domain. So not only that we have to be good learners, if we are not good learners, we have to learn to be good learners and we have to be fast learners. One. The other part is that even however much you detest this new option, you can't do without it. Otherwise, you will be at the risk of being left behind. And here we have developed a large language model. But for the first time, and the credit goes to Prime Minister Modi, because he has an out-of-box thinking, he encourages these initiatives. I think for the first time, government has taken an initiative to come out with a government-owned sovereign long language model. So, and this is going to extend to 22 languages which are in the 8th schedule. We have already, Prime Minister launched 3 of the models yesterday. 22 are already now accomplished the text part of it. The speech part 15, that also will soon accomplish in a month or so. But having said that, the science and AI is not bound by the 8th schedule. So we'll have to go on for the further dialects because India is a heterogeneous country, and therefore this will be applicable in the health sector, in the education, in agri, everywhere.
In short, how do you see AI Summit becoming a great success? I mean, what was your opinion?
Yeah, this is the 4th summit,
Yeah.
World 4th Summit happening over here, and that to India is the venue. So that itself is a great honor for us. And not only it has sent out a message, look here under Prime Minister Modi, India now is ready to play a global role. We are among the first line nations, and at the same time, it has given us a huge geopolitical boost.
India's Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare, Anupriya Patel, participated in a session on innovation to impact AI as a public health game changer at India AI Impact Summit 2026. During the event, the minister highlighted that AI has been integrated across the entire healthcare system.
We have integrated AI in the entire health continuum. So from disease surveillance to prevention to diagnosis to treatment, it's everywhere. And it shows the power of AI in bringing about a transformation. Our premier institutes like the All India Institute of Medical Sciences in New Delhi and also the AIIMS Rishikesh, PGI Chandigarh and 2 other reputed institutes. These have been designated as centers of excellence for AI in healthcare.
And Deepika Mehto joins us from Bharat Mandapam. Deepika, we saw yesterday Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurate the India AI Impact Summit Expo. We also saw panel discussions on critical themes such as AI for national defense, cybersecurity strategy, people's AI, designing a future where everyone belongs, and many more panel discussions ongoing at the Bharat Mandapam. Tell us how the excitement and the AI curiosity is going on in the different halls at Bharat Mandapam.
As you listed out, Tanvi, the important themes, the important matters, they've all been taken care of at this very unique India AI Impact Summit, which is happening for the very first time across the global south, which is also participating of many of the exhibitors, people, policymakers, young entrepreneurs and industry leaders as well from each background who can contribute to technology and who are already the leaders of AI. When we talk about the footfall, the excitement is at its peak at this edition of India AI Impact Summit because there are already large number of registered people who are coming here daily for different purposes, be it the exposition or be it the panel discussions or the sessions that you just mentioned. Now, apart from that, there are unique initiatives. It is an amalgamation of not only the industry leaders, but also the students as well. We met a few students who are leading from the front when it comes to AI. Starting from IIT Delhi to NIT Calicut to Adani. All the colleges are also representing their own AI segment here. And apart from that, we had a word with international guests as well who say that this is a perfect platform. AI regulation is the need of the hour, as we heard it from NVIDIA's NVIDIA's owners as well. They said that this is the need of the hour. AI needs to be regulated, and for any technology to be regulated well, we have to ourselves take care of the technology, and this is what the AI Summit is here for. So here, industry leaders and everybody is here uniting under one roof to ensure that AI is democratized, AI is regulated well, and AI can be encashed into a multi-billion-dollar opportunity, as you heard from Union Minister of Information and Broadcasting, Ashwani Vaishnaw as well. So the focus is, one single focus is to develop not only the country but the entire world. Which is why it says that welfare for all and happiness of all, which is the tagline of this particular summit, ensuring a 360-degree development in a very right way for not only the country but for the entire world, giving a boost, giving a huge fillip to the entire economic supply chain. Tanvi.
Okay, thank you very much, Deepika. Deepika Mehto joining us from Bharat Mandapam, where very important panel discussions are going on. And of course, we saw Bharat Gen Sovereign AI model being launched there on the second day of the AI India Impact Summit on Tuesday. Discussion on the topic of AI for national defence was held at the Sushma Swaraj Bhavan. It is also located in New Delhi. Director General of the Defence Research and Development Organisation, Tarique Rahman, stressed the urgent need for developing indigenous artificial intelligence solutions for the defence sector, saying India cannot depend on foreign developed AI models for critical military applications. Also in the health sector, we have seen earlier Anupriya Patel, Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare, participating in the session on innovation to impact AI as a public health game changer.
AI एक ऐसा साधन है जो कि हर क्षेत्र में डिफेंस में हमें सहयोग दे सकता है। जहाँ भी डाटा है और हमारे पास हर तरफ डाटा है, चाहे वो वॉर रूम में बैठे कंट्रोलर के पास हो, कमांडर के लिए चाहिए हो, या फिर लाइन ऑफ कंट्रोल पे सोल्जर के पास उसके डाटा के लिए, जहाँ भी डाटा है उसको डाटा को एसिमुलेट करने के लिए, डाटा को डिसीजन मेकिंग में सपोर्ट देने के लिए एआई आने वाले समय में एक अहम भूमिका अदा करेगा।
So this was DRDO's DG Chandrika Kaushal stressing the importance of developing indigenous AI solutions for the critical defence sector. And as I was speaking about the health sector, Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare JP Nadda will launch two key national initiatives today. These are the strategy for AI in healthcare for India and the benchmarking open data platform for health AI at the India AI Summit. SAHI is a national guidance framework to enable the safe, ethical, evidence-based, inclusive adoption of artificial intelligence across India's healthcare system. Bodh is a privacy-preserving benchmarking platform that enables rigorous evaluation of AI models using diverse real-world health data without sharing underlying data sets. So together, both these platforms, SAHI and Bodh, mark a significant step in India's journey towards building a robust, responsible, globally competitive health AI ecosystem. So artificial intelligence is rapidly reshaping industries, workplaces and the daily digital life, emerging as one of the most transformative technologies and a focal point of global conversations. From large language models to AI guardrails, let's understand these AI buzzwords. First things first, artificial intelligence. Well, artificial intelligence refers to the simulation of human intelligence by machines. So what are large language models or LLMs? This is a type of AI model trained on vast amounts of data like books, websites or articles to understand and generate human-like language. Then there is generative AI, an AI that can create new content like text, images, music, codes, video in response to prompts. Then there is use case, which means how AI is applied in real-world scenarios or simply its practical impact. The common use cases could include fraud detection in banking, personalized recommendations on OTT platforms, and so on. Then there are algorithms. These are a set of defined rules or instructions that tell how a computer processes data and makes decisions. Think of algorithms as the building blocks of AI systems. Then there are AI guardrails. AI guardrails are safeguards woven into AI systems to ensure that they operate safely, ethically, and within defined boundaries. They are designed to prevent harmful, biased, illegal, or inappropriate outputs and to align the system's behavior with laws, policies, and human values. Then there is AI bias. These are systematic errors in AI outputs caused by skewed training data, flawed assumptions, or design limitations. AI hallucination. When an AI system generates information that appears plausible or convincing but is factually incorrect or fabricated, it is a result of an AI bias. Rather, it is a case of AI hallucination. Prompts. AI prompts are inputs or instructions given to generative AI system to produce a response. We also have tokens. Tokens are unit of text, word, subword or character that an AI model processes during training and inference. So that was some AI knowledge session for you. You're watching DD India Newshour, still to come on the show. Third round of US brokered talks on Russia-Ukraine conflict to begin in Geneva. In some sad news, Oscar winner and Godfather actor Robert Duvall passes away at the age of 95. And stay with us for the latest on the Epstein files as it continues to create political ripples across the world.
Can the US launch a bombing campaign against Iran? The Philippines vessel suffered structural damage. The saga of child sexual abuse is the United States China's debt trap strategy. Truth is stranger than fiction. But sometimes hard to uncover. Trust us to tell the truth, unadulterated and pure, of every story that matters to you. You read between the lines, cut the clutter, and connect the dots to get you the full picture. Watch Connecting the Dots at these times with me, only on DD India.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Newshour. I am Tanvi Taneja. Bangladesh's newly elected leader, Tarique Rahman, will take the oath as the new Prime Minister of the country on Tuesday after leading his party, Bangladesh Nationalist Party, to a landmark victory in the crucial general elections. The newly elected members of Parliament of the Bangladesh Nationalist Party took the oath of office at the Jatiya Sansad, their parliament, this morning. However, they did not take oath as members of the Constitution Reform Council. Chief Election Commissioner administered the oath in line with the Constitution as the posts of Speaker and Deputy Speaker of the 12th Parliament are currently vacant. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla will be representing India at the swearing-in ceremony of Bangladesh's Prime Minister-designate Tarique Rahman in Dhaka. The Speaker's participation will underscore the deep and enduring friendship between the peoples of India and Bangladesh, reaffirming India's steadfast commitment to the democratic values that bind our two nations together. Tarique Rahman's Bangladesh Nationalist Party has backed 209 out of 297 seats, while right-wing Jamaat-e-Islami secured 68 seats in the 13th parliamentary elections. President Mohammad Shahabuddin will administer the oath to the new cabinet members at the South Plaza of the Jatiya Sansad on Tuesday afternoon. Meanwhile, hours before the swearing-in ceremony, Bangladesh's interim leader Muhammad Yunus on Monday announced his resignation in a televised address to the nation, formally ending the caretaker administration that governed after the 2024 political upheaval. And DD India's Naval Sangh Parmar joins us on the phone line from Dhaka. Naval Sangh, as Muhammad Yunus, the caretaker interim in charge of the Bangladesh government, has resigned. Now the path for Tarique Rahman is pretty much clear. What are the immediate priorities of the new Bangladesh Nationalist Party government here?
Well, as Tarique Rahman said in his press conference after the election result, that the key priority will be the restoring law and order situation in Bangladesh, as there was a lot of issue during 1.5 years of interim regime. Safety and security is the first priority for the Tarique Rahman-led new government, as well as the bringing back the economy of Bangladesh on track. It is facing inflation and the unemployment and investment issues. At the same time, Bangladesh is having a huge debt, and debt servicing is a major issue for the Bangladesh government. and of course to maintain balance among the major powers of the region as well as the world in the international affairs.
All right. Thank you very much, Naval Singh Parmar. We all await the swearing-in ceremony of Tarique Rahman there. Let's move on now. Ukrainian, Russian and American delegations are gathering in the Swiss city of Geneva for a third round of US brokered talks on Tuesday. For the first time, discussions would focus on the main issues, including territories and other demands put forward by Moscow. Two earlier rounds of the US-backed talks in the United Arab Emirates led to a prisoner swap, but no breakthrough towards a settlement. Now, Russia controls about 75% of Zaporozhye region and is demanding that Ukraine cede the remaining 20% of the eastern region of Donetsk that Moscow has failed to capture, something Kiev refuses to do. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump is pressing Moscow and Kiev to reach a deal to end Europe's biggest conflict since 1945, though Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has complained that his country is facing the greatest pressure to make concessions. Second round of talks between the US and Iran are set to take place in Geneva today as well, aimed at resolving their long-running nuclear dispute. Tehran and Washington renewed negotiations on February 6th on their decades-long dispute. US envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, alongside Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, will take part in the negotiations, which are being mediated by Oman. US President Donald Trump said that he would be involved indirectly in the Geneva talks and said that he believed Tehran wanted to make a deal. Next, the latest on Epstein files. The case of US late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein has created a furore in political circles around the world. Former US Secretary of State Hillary Clinton hoped more files related to Epstein would be released. Earlier this month, former US President Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton agreed to testify in a congressional investigation into the case. Besides, the executive chairman of Hyatt Hotel, Thomas Pritzker, is the latest casualty in the Epstein files scandal, as he admitted to maintaining contact with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. He acknowledged and termed it as a terrible judgment. Now, Pritzker, 75, would not seek re-election to the company's board in 2026. Veteran American actor Robert Duvall, best known for his performances in Apocalypse Now, The Godfather and To Kill a Mockingbird, has died at the age of 95. He passed away on Sunday at his home in Middleburg, Virginia. Duvall was also acclaimed for his roles in The Great Santini, The Apostle, A Civil Action, The Judge, Tender Mercies, for which he won the 1984 Academy Award for Best Actor. He received 6 additional Oscar nominations over the course of a 6-decade career. With more than 100 films to his credit, Duvall excelled in both leading and supporting roles and later ventured into directing. So tributes poured in from fellow actors including Adam Sandler, Viola Davis and Michael Keaton. Director Francis Ford Coppola, who collaborated with Duvall on The Godfather and Apocalypse Now, described his passing as a blow. You're with us on DD India Newshour, still to come on the show. India, France to hold 6th Annual Defence Dialogue on February 17th in Bengaluru. India's Cooperation Minister Amit Shah chairs Manthan meeting of Cooperation Ministers of States and Union Territories in Gandhinagar, Gujarat.
Geopolitics and trade deals. Economic challenges amid development. Hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy always. Between walkers, money is what money does and says. Supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalization and India rises to the podium. We'll get you centered with the Economic Brief at 8 p.m. every Thursday on DD India.
Jharkhand will mesmerize you with majestic nature, rich heritage and colorful culture.
Johar. Arey, it fits perfectly.
Thank you.
Full workout हो गया.
Ready?
Postcards from Jharkhand on National Geographic.
Swagatam to Andhra Pradesh, the coastal jewel of India. A state steeped in history. From the Gandi Kota Fort to the majestic Gundapalli Fort. A region known as the Rice Bowl of India. A holy land with rivers Krishna and Godavari flowing through it. Every part of this land tells a story of culture and devotion. And of a
Welcome back. You are watching DD India Newshour. I am Tanvi Taneja. A quick reminder of the headlines we are tracking at this hour. India-France ties set for new heights as Prime Minister Modi and President Macron hold bilateral talks in Mumbai later today. Prime Minister Modi expresses hope, says the meeting will contribute to global progress. Bharat Gen sovereign AI models get launched on day 2 of the India AI Impact Summit in New Delhi. Several Indian ministers highlight the role of AI in education, agriculture, health, defense and IT at the Global AI Summit. Tarique Rahman set to take charge as Bangladesh Prime Minister later today as new members of his cabinet take oath of office in Parliament this morning. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla represents India at the ceremony. US and Iran hold high-stakes nuclear talks in Geneva. Trump indicates Tehran may be willing to make a deal. So French President Emmanuel Macron arrived in Mumbai on Tuesday for a 3-day official visit to India at the invitation of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Prime Minister Modi and President Macron are scheduled to meet at Lok Bhavan in Mumbai today. The two leaders will hold a bilateral engagement to review progress in the India-France strategic partnership and discuss ways to expand cooperation into new and emerging areas. Further, the French president will also participate in the India AI Impact Summit, underscoring the growing collaboration between the two countries. Prime Minister Modi welcomed President Macron to India. In a social media post, he said, and I quote him here, "India looks forward to your visit and to advancing our bilateral ties to new heights. I am confident that our discussions will further strengthen cooperation across sectors and contribute to global progress. See you in Mumbai and later in Delhi, my dear friend Emmanuel Macron." Unquote.
On 17th February, India and France will enter a new phase of cooperation in innovation. In Mumbai, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and French President Emmanuel Macron will jointly announce the launch of the India-France Year of Innovation 2026. During Prime Minister Modi's visit to France last year, both countries announced the Horizon 2047 roadmap. The India-France Year of Innovation 2026 will be part of that vision. Throughout the year, programs will be organized to promote innovation in defense, space, civil, nuclear energy, climate, digital technology, and emerging sectors. The initiative is expected to generate awareness and inspiration, especially among youth. The India-France Innovation Forum will be held in Mumbai on 17th February. Apart from Prime Minister Modi and President Macron, the forum will bring together business leaders, startup representatives, researchers and policymakers from both countries. To take the India-France Year of Innovation 2026 to the public, a special cultural program will also be organized at the historic Gateway of India in Mumbai on the 17th. The Year of Innovation particularly will focus on startup collaboration, joint research, higher education partnerships, artificial intelligence, green technologies, and next generation digital technologies. At a time when the global order faces multiple challenges, this collaboration between India and France will signal positive and constructive engagement on the world stage.
This is the time of innovation, and India cannot miss this chance. That is why India-France Innovation Year 2026 is very important, because if India has to become a developed nation by 2047, innovation is very important. Akhilesh Suman for DD India with camera person Ashish Sharma in Mumbai, Lok Bhavan.
So President Macron began his visit in Mumbai by paying tributes to the victims of 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks and soldiers who laid down their lives protecting people during the deadly shooting. And later in the day, Prime Minister Modi and President Macron will exchange views on regional and global issues of importance and review the progress made in the bilateral strategic partnership. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh will co-chair the 6th India-France Annual Defence Dialogue with his French counterpart Catherine Vautrin in Bengaluru on Tuesday. The meeting will review the entire gamut of bilateral defence cooperation with a focus on expanding industrial collaboration. A defence cooperation agreement is expected to be renewed for another 10 years, along with an MOU on a joint venture for manufacturing the Hammer missile, which is likely to be signed in the presence of both defence ministers. An announcement is also expected with respect to reciprocal deployment of officers at the Indian Army and the French Land Forces establishments. The two ministers are also expected to witness the virtual inauguration of the H-125 light utility helicopter final assembly of Tata Airbus by Prime Minister Modi and French President Emmanuel Macron at Wemagal in Karnataka. And President of Estonia, Alar Karis, arrived in New Delhi to participate in the India AI Impact Summit. The visiting leader was warmly received by Minister of State for Youth Affairs and Sports, Raksha Khadse, at the airport. The visit will further strengthen long-standing India-Estonia ties. Bolivia's Vice President Edmund Lara also arrived in New Delhi to attend the India AI Impact Summit. So we know that around 20 heads of state are expected, in fact, have started arriving in New Delhi for the summit. So yes, there are around ministerial delegations from over 40 countries also present, along with the important heads of state. Emmanuel Macron also expected later in his visit to New Delhi for attending this very impactful India AI Impact Summit. And to help us understand what's going on at the summit, we have with us in the studio Kshitij Jain, Chief Operating Officer, Blue Machines. Blue Machines is focused on building cutting-edge technologies and deploying voice AI agents across enterprises. So Kshitij, welcome to DD India. First of all, before we get into the details, would you agree that a global discourse on the impact of AI on the world, which the India AI Impact Summit is all about, was urgently needed?
No, absolutely. Firstly, thank you for having me. And I think, as you said, this was definitely urgently needed. The reason being that, India has grown leaps and bounds in terms of the progress it has made in the past year on AI across all layers of the innovation stack. And what has been really helpful is that, to have a global stage like the India AI Impact Summit for all of us working on innovative technologies that not only help Indian enterprises and Indian customers, but also we're building from here for the world. I think all of these technologies, it's a great stage for all of us to showcase not only to Indians, but also all the dignitaries and leaders that are coming from all over the world.
Okay, tell us more about Blue Machines and some of the major benefits of AI that it is showcasing to the world at the India AI Impact Summit.
So Blue Machines largely focuses on offering voice AI agents to enterprise customers. What this basically means is that a lot of voice processes are actually invisible to us as individual customers. You may be getting a sales call, you may be getting a support call, and many a times now you might actually be talking to an AI agent that is trying to qualify your interest, that is trying to understand the problem that you're facing today. And these are the things that Blue Machines powers for quite a few industries and quite a few sectors in India. This includes banking, financial services, insurance companies. We're working in education, in health, BPOs, quite a few sectors that are being powered through this invisible AI.
Okay, the invisible AI. What are the impediments in implementing this invisible AI? I'm sure there must be some queries that the AI agent, so to say, would not be able to address. So, what is being done to, incorporate AI in a more holistic manner, yet be aware of the risks that it poses?
See, I think, it's very easy for us to have a very creative conversation with AI when we are using it personally, ChatGPT or other tools that many of us use. But when you're deploying this in an enterprise setting, there's a lot of things that we need to take care about, right? You need to make sure that not only 70-80% of the conversations are going well, but rather 99.9% of accuracy is delivered. Now, this involves a few different steps. I think one is to deliver it very reliably and within guardrails. So, a lot of our customers are in regulated sectors. Our government agencies like SEBI, IRDAI, and others have set certain norms. So, we have to make sure that, the conversations that the AI agents are having are well within the guardrails of what the enterprise permits. Secondly, I would say there is a very strong context layer that is important. Within enterprises, there's different, knowledge bases, there's different systems where data flows from one system to the next one. So, for us, it's very critical that we are not really having these voice AI agents run in silos, but they're actually very embedded inside the enterprise workflows. So, the customers, when they actually receive the calls, these feel very, very natural, and these feel as if,
talking to a human.
Talking to a human.
All right, but would I know that I'm talking to an AI voice agent? Is it mandatory for the AI voice agent to, in your startup, to say that I am an AI voice agent and you're talking to me and I'm here to help and assist you? Is it mandatory?
So, the guidelines and regulations on disclosures and transparency are actually evolving as we speak. I believe there was some guideline that came out.
Yes, those were issued, and those were for labeling AI content on the online platforms.
That's right.
Of course, so that misinformation can be targeted.
Absolutely. So, similarly, I think for us it's very important to stay within these security and compliance guardrails. I think as of today, a lot of times the AI agents introduce themselves as digital assistants to be, handling your airline query or other customer
related queries. Yeah. So you think we need certain certain requirements where this should be made mandatory in the times to come, because I need to know if I'm talking to a human or an AI agent. All right, how soon can we expect AI to significantly beneficially impact activities on a pan-India level? Let's be realistic. We still have corners and pockets in India where internet access is limited and things like that.
Yeah, see, I think we are hoping that the adoption curve across India is very, very fast. We've seen waves of smartphone adoption before, UPI adoption before, and I think what we are observing is that AI adoption is actually following a faster curve. So essentially for us, it's critical that the enterprises we are serving, the technology that we are building, it's accessible not only in urban centers but also in rural areas. So, but a lot of times the entrepreneurs like the ones that are present at the India AI Impact Summit, they're all challenging the status quo and trying to reach out to as many people as possible across the country. Voice is a very interesting medium in that manner. We believe that a lot of India may not be very comfortable with chat as a way of communication, challenges with reading, etc. But as WhatsApp introduced its voice note feature, we've seen that a lot of Indians like to communicate over voice as a medium. So that's why for us that's the dominant mode of communication, and now you're able to offer this at scale.
Okay, we wish you the very best as the India AI Impact Summit continues. Thank you very much, Kshitij. Kshitij Jain, COO, Blue Machines, with us in the studio.
Thank you.
All right, moving on now. Union Home and Cooperation Minister Amit Shah inaugurated the high-level national conclave Manthan of State and Union Territory Cooperation Ministers in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. The day-long meeting is reviewing progress on the creation of 2 lakh new multi-purpose PACS development of modern warehouses under the world's largest grain storage plan, integration of states with national export and seed bodies, and the time-bound computerization of PACS. The Manthan Baitak 2026 is being attended by Gujarat Chief Minister Bhupendra Bhai Patel, Union Minister of State for Cooperation Krishan Pal Gurjar, and Murlidhar Mohol, Cooperation Secretary, Dr. Ashish Kumar Bhutani, Lieutenant Governor, senior officials from states and union territories, and other key stakeholders. The Confederation of Indian Industry, CII, in collaboration with the Sharjah FDI office, hosted a high-level business seminar in Ahmedabad, marking a significant step in strengthening economic ties between Sharjah and Gujarat's industrial ecosystem. The CII noted that Ahmedabad's strong base in textiles, pharmaceuticals and engineering positions it as a natural partner in Sharjah's diversified growth vision.
We are about close to 80 delegates today who are learning, finding out what the framework is between India and the UAE. They are targeting Ahmedabad, especially in Gujarat, because we have a lot of engineering industries, textiles, pharmaceuticals, and there are emerging sectors as well like energy and fintech. And they are here to tell them more about their emerging sectors, which are 6 in total. Amongst them are advanced manufacturing, logistics, food processing, and so on. The idea is to find out what synergy exists between Gujarat and Sharjah. What are the opportunities available for the Indian businessmen, Gujarati businessmen, and businesses from Ahmedabad to figure out, in Sharjah.
And let's get you some business news now. Volkswagen is one of the world's biggest automakers and one of the best known brands as well. However, behind the scenes, not everything is as shiny as the cars rolling out of the factory. Lars Holter is with Deutsche Welle and joins me from Berlin now on the story. Lars, so what's actually going on at Volkswagen?
Me. Well, not enough might be the short answer. Not enough is going on. Sales are weak and it has cut deep into the German automakers' profits. The problems are not entirely new and they aren't surprising anymore either. Volkswagen, like pretty much all the other German car makers, has long not focused on the home market as much as on foreign markets. But the 2 largest markets abroad, they've essentially fallen apart. There was China, where Volkswagen was a major mover in the market, but it has now been all but sidelined as Chinese automakers have taken over. And then, of course, there's the United States, where President Trump's tariffs have made imports from the EU expensive and where car sales have also plummeted.
And Lars, also tell us, what is Volkswagen planning to do to survive in this tricky environment?
They're going for a 2-pronged approach. On the one hand, they're investing in China to move more production there, fighting to win back some market share with cars developed and produced in China. On the other hand, however, they're trying to cut costs again. By 2028, the company wants to have its expenses down by 20%. And they've announced some details that seem to send a warning to the company's employees. Volkswagen says it might have to look at even plant closings and mass layoffs. Obviously, there is currently not enough fat to trim. They will have to go to the very heart of the company. The goal, according to Volkswagen boss Oliver Blumer, is to lower the profitability threshold, which means essentially to lower the number at which the company makes a profit from any car sold.
All right, Lars, how is the situation for the individual brands under the VW, Volkswagen roof?
Well, Volkswagen CEO Blume has clearly said that the currently planned cost cuts would be going through all brands. That includes Skoda, Seat and Cupra, as well as Audi, Lamborghini and Bentley in the premium sector. Now, those last two obviously are selling in a different environment, as luxury goods tend to go differently from the rest of the economy. But right at the line between the regular market and luxury sits Porsche, for example. And Porsche, along the most profitable brand in the Volkswagen company, has its own set of difficulties. That company has seen sales plummet as its electric mobility push didn't pan out. And then there was the problems in the US, of course, as well here. Now, Porsche is switching back to combustion engine cars. However, just that change has just eaten up almost all the profit Porsche made last year. So they're actually spending money hoping to get sales back on track. But that only means that virtually all of the Volkswagen brands are experiencing some form of trouble.
Lars Holter there, reporting from DW Berlin. You're watching DD India Newshour. Time now for some sporting action. A look at today's matches in the T20 World Cup as teams eye final knockout spots. Underdog Zimbabwe are just one win away from sealing their spot in the Super 8. Zimbabwe, who upset heavyweights Australia earlier in the tournament, face Ireland today. While both sides are in contention for the knockouts, Zimbabwe have momentum firmly on their side with 2 consecutive wins. If Zimbabwe wins, they will advance to the knockout stage for the first time and also knock Australia out of the tournament. Meanwhile, Nepal will clash with Scotland in a dead rubber Group C contest at the Wankhede Stadium. Scotland won their first match against Italy by 73 runs but faced defeat from England by 5 wickets. Nepal, on the other hand, are yet to secure a victory in the tournament. From their group, West Indies and South Africa have already qualified for the Super 8 stage. The Women's Selection Committee has added Pratika Rawal to India's squad for the 3-match ODI series against Australia, which is part of a multi-format tour down under. Rawal has been out of action since October 2026 when she hurt her knee and ankle while fielding in an ODI World Cup match against Bangladesh. A BCCI statement stated that Rawal has completed her rehabilitation at the BCCI Centre of Excellence and has fully recovered from her ankle injury. Rawal will be part of the ODI series, which will be played between the ongoing T20 series and the one-off test. India currently have 1-0 lead in the 3-match T20 series. Teams will battle it out in the first leg of the Champions League playoffs tonight. The playoff first leg pits Benfica against Real Madrid, smarting a 4-2 loss to the Portuguese club in last month's league phase of the competition. That defeat denied Real automatic passage to the last 16 in extraordinary fashion. However, Madrid are on a 3-game winning run and fresh from a commanding 4-1 La Liga win over Real Sociedad. Benfica manager Jose Mourinho expressed confidence in his team but warned that Real Madrid will be dangerous opponents. Meanwhile, Juventus take on Galatasaray in the first 2 playoff matches that will determine who heads to the finals. Unbeaten in their last 5 Champions League matches under Spalletti, Juventus will look to extend their European run after a recent loss to Inter Milan. Gala, on the other hand, also enter strong home form with 9 wins and 0 losses. This is the first ever knockout meeting between the two sides, who finished 20th and 13th in the league phase, respectively. Girona came from behind to beat visitors Barcelona 2-1 in La Liga, leaving Real Madrid on top of the table. Pau Cubarsí put the visitors ahead in the 59th minute, but Girona levelled 3 minutes later when Thomas Lemar converted from close range. In the 87th minute, Montelli Stadium erupted as Fran Beltran sealed victory for the home side, converting a cross from Joel Roca. Barcelona pushed for an equaliser but could not break through even after Roca was sent off in added time. Barca remain on in 58 points, 2 behind Real Madrid, and have lost successive games for the first time since October. British boxer Tyson Fury will step back into the ring on April 11th after a 15-month absence to face Russian-born heavyweight Arslanbek Makhmudov in a bout at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Fury said he was coming out of retirement to make boxing great again. He explained that Anthony Joshua's accident prompted him to think about the fragility of life and pushed him out of retirement. Meanwhile, Makhmudov said that the bout was his dream fight.
Very interesting question.
And that he believed that a photograph of himself and Fury taken 10 years ago was a signal from God that he would become heavyweight champion one day. And that's all for this edition of DD India Newshour. Do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. Connect with us on our different social media handles at DD India Live, and you can also download our DD India mobile app for quick news and updates on your fingertips. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Tanvi Taneja from all of us here in New Delhi. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.